Shedeur Sanders' mom called out for sideline behavior during his first NFL game. Pilar Sanders was in attendance to watch her son Shedeur star on his NFL preseason debut with the Cleveland Browns. But she has been left embarrassed by fans on social media. Pilar Sanders, the mother of Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders, has faced harsh criticism on social media after posting a video of herself celebrating from the sidelines at Bank of America Stadium. The 50-year-old was there to support her son Shedeur during his impressive NFL preseason debut with the Browns, where Sanders threw for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns in a commanding 30-10 victory over the Carolina Panthers. LeBron James wasted no time sending him a message after the game. Prior to kickoff, much of the buzz around Sanders centered on his dramatic stadium entrance. However, following the game, Sanders was receiving glowing praise after his standout performance for the Browns, with his showing potentially positioning him to climb the team's depth chart after entering the preseason matchup against Carolina as their fourth-string quarterback. Nonetheless, he said he let down his dad Deion. Taking to social media, Pilar, who is Deion Sanders' ex-wife, shared a video of herself from the stadium sidelines celebrating her son's stellar showing. "And you know it," she captioned the post, adding, "Mama's always present. Hashtag ProudMom, hashtag Shedeur Sanders, hashtag GoBrowns, hashtag NFL, hashtag QB1, hashtag FootballMom, hashtag NFLMom number 12, hashtag Shedeur'sMom," reports the Mirror US. However, fans quickly slammed her online behavior, calling her sideline celebrations embarrassing. "I would be embarrassed if my 60-year-old mom conducted herself like that," commented one critic of Pilar, who is actually 50. Another user chimed in, "Looks like she's auditioning. Not appropriate." A third person remarked, "She needs to stop embarrassing her son and act her age." Despite some negative feedback on her post, the 50-year-old received an overwhelming amount of support, with many fans coming to her defense. "She looks amazing," one fan expressed, continuing, "Don't hate. Most people wish that they looked as well and felt well at 50, 55, and 60. Another chimed in, "This woman is gorgeous. Go Shedeur." A third asked, "What did she do wrong? What is she doing that's so inappropriate?" Meanwhile, a fourth shared, "You raised a fine son, Pilar. Enjoy his first NFL preseason game." When questioned about his position on Cleveland's depth chart before the Browns' second preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles, Sanders acknowledged that he's just concentrating on what he can influence when he's commanding the offense. "When I get out there, it's just doing what I gotta do," Sanders stated. "Everything else is not in my hands, so I don't worry about it. I just don't think that deep into everything, because it's nothing you're going to be able to control. So why put energy in something that you can't control?" The roar inside Cleveland Browns Stadium that August night wasn't just for the rookie quarterback taking his first NFL snaps. It was for the spectacle that seemed to orbit him. Cameras panned, reporters whispered, and social media lit up faster than the scoreboard after a 70-yard drive. Shedeur Sanders, fresh off a dominant preseason debut, was already the talk of the town. But by the fourth quarter, someone else had stolen a piece of the spotlight. Enter Mama Sanders. It started innocently enough. Shedeur's mother, Pilar Sanders, was in her usual game day gear, custom Browns jersey, sunglasses at night, because apparently confidence doesn't have a curfew, and a sideline pass that practically screamed VIP. She wasn't just watching the game. She was living it. From the opening whistle, Pilar's energy rivaled the dog pound itself. When Shedeur completed his first pass, she clapped once, pointed at him like a coach calling a play, and mouthed something that looked suspiciously like, "That's my boy." The cameras loved it. By halftime, Twitter, sorry X, had already birthed the hashtag Mama mode. But as the second half rolled on, not everyone was cheering for her antics. Some fans adored the passion. Others thought she was a bit much. The breaking point? Late in the third quarter, with Shedeur under center, Pilar reportedly waved off an assistant coach who had politely asked her to step back from the edge of the bench area. "I'm fine right here," she allegedly replied, hands on hips. Whether she meant it as sass or simply motherly stubbornness, the internet didn't wait for clarification. Clips spread like wildfire. Sports talk shows had a field day the next morning. One radio host joked, "If Shedeur ever needs a new offensive coordinator, I think his mom is already running plays from the sideline." Another said, "Forget pregame rituals. Mama Sanders is the Browns' new tradition." Pilar herself addressed the buzz on Instagram Live the next day. Leaning against her kitchen counter, Hair tied up, she laughed. Listen, I'm always going to support my kids. If you think I'm going to stand in the back with my arms folded while my baby's making his NFL debut, you don't know me. I wasn't in the huddle, I promise. Her light-hearted response only fueled the debate. Fans flooded the comments, some defending her unapologetic support, others suggesting she let Shedeur have his moment. Shedeur, for his part, seemed completely unfazed. In the post-game press conference, when asked if he'd seen any of his mom's sideline behavior, he smirked. That's nothing new. Y'all just seeing it for the first time. That's how she's always been, college, high school, Pop Warner. I'm cool with it. If anything, the so-called sideline controversy only highlighted the Sanders family dynamic, supportive, outspoken, and immune to the traditional playbook of how athletes' families should behave in the public eye. This was a family used to the cameras, after all. Some NFL veterans even came to Pilar's defense. Hall of Famer Michael Irvin tweeted, "If your mom ain't acting like that at your first NFL game, is she even your mom?" Former Browns linebacker D'Qwell Jackson posted, "Nothing wrong with that energy. Players feed off it." Behind all the memes and hot takes was a simple truth. Shedeur's NFL journey had always been a family affair. Deion Sanders, his father and coach for much of his football life, was now watching from afar as his son carved out his own legacy. Pilar, meanwhile, had taken up the role of visible, vocal cheerleader, one who didn't particularly care about fitting into the mold of a quiet, reserved sideline parent. The Browns themselves didn't seem too bothered. Head coach Kevin Stefanski brushed off a reporter's question about the incident with a chuckle. "I think we'll survive," he said. "We've got some passionate fans here in Cleveland, and some of them happen to be related to our players. That's a good problem to have." In the weeks that followed, Mama Mode became a bit of a rallying cry among Browns fans. Merch popped up online, T-shirts reading "Run It Back," Mama Sanders, and coffee mugs with cartoon versions of Pilar waving from the sideline. What started as a minor sideline talking point had morphed into part of the Browns' preseason lore. It's worth noting that this wasn't Pilar's first time drawing attention in a sports setting. Back in Shedeur's Colorado days, she had been spotted giving pep talks in the tunnel before game.